Hello, and welcome to Bemis Crafty Corner. I am Bema, better known as Els, and this is Harry. That's right, that's Harry. That's Harry. Hey, nobody wants to see that. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was filming videos, and I got stuff all over the desk, and I had to get it all off of the desk. And you'll know how it goes. I make a mess, and then I have to clean it up, and I still have videos to do. Figure out when I still have 5 to do, but I did some, Hello, Miss Candy. We're having Harry time. Well, at least most of Harry. As usual, he doesn't want anyone to see his face. Huh? Don't look at me. No, don't look at me. But look at me. Huh? Yeah, don't smoochy me, but smoochy me, Mama. Yeah, I know. All right, you need to go. You got to get down. Come on, I'll give you some treats. There's your knee. Come on. Yeah, come on. I got your treats. Get down. All of a sudden, you're acting like you don't know how to get off the desk. Here you go. Okay, there you go. All right. So, today, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to work in our idea book, which is what we do usually here on Thursday nights. And then I'm going to do the beginning build, the cutting and everything for the free class that was this week, the video class. So I was sniffing through some stuff, and let me find it, because I know I saw it. And I saw this one, and I went, this was a cute project. Let's revisit this, because it's cute. It's cute. This is like a vintage greeting card kind of thing, and it uses a whole bunch of different techniques. And I have some in my stash ready to go. But, we'll do some new ones. So we're going to use some tea-dyed paper. I got a scrap of that. And we're going to use some tea-dyed cardstock. Let me grab a piece. I'm sure I have 98 scraps for it. What the heck. So what this is this is like a faux vintage greeting card. Back in the day, this was about the size of a greeting card, and finished, it's only 3.5 by 2.5. So 5 by 7, 5 by 3.5. So we're going to be cutting some paper for this. And of course, we're going to be putting it into our idea book. We'll get that out in a second. All right, so we want a piece that is 3.5 inches tall. And 5 inches wide. Okay, so that's that. And then the inside piece is about 1/4 inch. So this inside piece here is, just in case anybody's keeping the numbers, 4.5 by 3. Okay, so 4.5 by 3. So we're going to cut a piece here. So 4.5 by 3. So those are the 2 pieces that you need to do this. That's all you need. So what we're doing is we're working in our idea book. And our idea book is this right here. And it For me, it's an old style scrapbook, but for you, it could be anything. You could get a 3-ring binder and maybe just some craft paper, cut it to size, punch some holes and put it in the 3-ring binder. And just go through and kind of put in all of your projects that you use so that when you get stumped and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, you can kind of look through here and go, that's the perfect thing to put there. And it helps to bring it to the forefront. So now if you want to build a journal and do these in situ where you put them on a page to see what it looks like on a page, then by all means do that. It's entirely up to you. But one of the things that I don't have in my idea book and that I like is my Victorian greeting card. So I'm just going to fold these in half. It's that easy. You don't need a scoreboard or anything for this. Just line it up, get out your burnishing tool, whatever you use, and go ahead and fold these up. And then all you're going to do is kind of figure out where your sort of your middle is, because that's where you're going to stitch. And this is just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, very simple and very easy. Excuse me. I'm going to use regular baker's twine for this. You could use hemp. You could use some, pretty cord if you want to, but we're just going to use some baker's cord. And a needle. I need a needle. There's some. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to take some baker's twine. And you could use any, cord or anything that you want. I could even use like these. I might even use this. I'm going to use this. I like it. I'm going to use this. Okay. So I'm just going to get a piece of that. Thread it on my needle. This is not the easiest thing to do when you're blind. If you're old and blind, let's face it, we all are. Not the easiest thing to do. Hey, I got it on there. Okay. And then I'm just going to line these two up, making sure it's kind of in the middle. I'm just going to poke a hole right through it. I don't even need to pre-poke my holes. I just want to make sure that first off my string is on the outside. So I'm going to go from the outside in. There we go. And then I'm just going to come up high enough and low enough to make sure that I catch, everything. And then because this is a 3-hole, we're just going to come all the way up to the top. Go through, and then we're going to take our cord back through that hole in the middle. Okay, and then we're just going to tie this off. Now, I like to have it where I have one thread on either side. It's entirely up to you, but I like it that way. Right over left, a left over right. Tie it. I like to put a little bow in it if I can. If I have enough string. Put a little bow. Just looks schmancy that way. Cut off the end. And that is a Victorian greeting card. And then to decorate it, you can use, whatever you want. You could, if you have some punches or something, you could put that on there. I have this little piece here. I'm just going to put that on the front because I have it. You know what? Let's do one of these. No. No, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to do with that. Okay. So you can put anything you want on it. You could just put, make a punch and just put a punch on the front of it if you want to. But I have this and it's mostly inked already. I don't know. We made this a while ago in one of our scrap busters. I think this was the ticket one. And that's it. I mean, that is literally everything on this one. Carla! Mari, hello. So that is like literally the entire project. And you have all that, look at all that real estate you've got for journaling. You could tuck that into your journal. You could tuck this in with like a happy mail as a note card, but they are cute and they're, fun to have, fun to make. You can pre-cut them, both pieces, and then you can put them together, with whatever thread works for your theme and decorate them accordingly. But I was cleaning out my stash and I was like, this would be a good project to put in the idea book. So now we have it. And let's find a spot for it. Let's find a home. Let's find it a home. We can put it right there. And I'm actually going to glue this one in. So let me grab my pen and my ruler. I want to make sure that I get all the right measurements. Okay. Cover is 5 by 3.5. And then inside is 3 by 4.5. Okay, and then I can glue this in. I Velcro a lot of things, but this is small. I'm going to glue it in. And just put it right there. And this is the Victorian greeting card. So it's all in my book. And now when I'm going through, I can go, oh, that's kind of cool. That's exactly what I need. And I'll know what it is and what my dimensions are, and I can make another one. All right, so that's it for this portion of the show. Next, I'm going to do the live cuts. Or if I can get the trimmer out of the way, there we go. I'm going to do the live cuts for this week's free project. This month's free project, which I happen to have right here. And it is this one right here. Grab my clip. Boo Bash. I love Boo Bashes. All right. So this was this month's free class, demo class. And it's a video class. You can go back and watch it. It was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 3 parts. What did I do with this? And it's building this little album journal. And then you can put a signature in the center, and you can add some flips. And all of this is in the video, including this little pocket over here. Grab it. I keep this one little tag over here just for this purpose. But you've got a little pocket here. And then flip out, you've got a pocket here. And all of our journal pieces, we did all of this stuff in there. We made a little thing, and then there was, tuckies and big pockets and stuff. So we're going to do the base today. And tomorrow we're going to be cutting the pieces and putting in the signature. So I made this one out of poster board, but you can do this out of just regular cardstock. So let me grab the cardstock we're going to need. You're going to need 3 pieces of cardstock. And I'm going to use cream today. I'm going to use cream. This is 110. You don't need to use 110 if you don't want to. But I'm going to use 110 because I have it, All right. So all of our pieces are no longer than the 11 inches. Okay. So to cut the 3 pieces for this, let's get out our paper trimmer. And our first one is 11, so we'll put that to the side. The second one is 10.5. So all we're going to do is put this in and take a 1/2 inch off. Okay. So that's our 10.5. And then the next one is 10 inches. So we're going to take 1 inch off because our paper is 8.5 by 11. I know, I tried to make this as easy as possible. Now, they're all going to be 7 inches tall. So we're going to put this in at 7, which means we're taking 1.5 inches off. So whichever way works for you. Now, hopefully I wrote these directions right because I'm following my own directions here. All right, so I have 3 pieces that are 1/2 inch in variance. And we're going to do some scoring. We used to take the kids to those. They used to have one at Cox in the old parking lot. We took the kids there a couple of times. Trunk or treats. Yeah. All right, so we're starting with the biggest one. This is our 11-inch piece. We're going to score it at 4 3/4. Now, of course, if you want to make this taller, you want it to be 8 inches, make it 8 inches. I've done it at 8 inches. I think that one I did. I think this one was 8 inches. Yeah, that one was 8 inches, but this one's 7. And then again, okay, 4 3/4. And then at 6 1/4. Okay. Put that to the side. Now the next longest one, this is our 10.5 inch one. Yep, there it is, 10.5. On the 10.5 inch one, we're going to score it at 4 3/4. And at 5 3/4. Remember, always better to go 2 or 3 times than one big jab here, guys. And then on the one that's 10 by 7, we're going to do this one at 4 3/4. That's a theme, an ongoing theme. And then 5 1/4. Okay? That's it for scoring. Let's get rid of this. And then we're just going to fold them and burnish the folds. Now, if you want to round corners, now, as we're doing this part is probably when you want to do that. Don't stack them on top of each other because then you don't know if your lines are straight, dum-dum. Okay. Use your board. Hills into valleys, valleys into hills. Why do I always say that? Because with certain cardstocks, especially that one from, that guy. It'll crack if you don't do it that way. So hills into valleys, valleys into hills. So that's the valley where it's indented. This is the hill. So fold into your hill or into your valley, whichever way you're going. Okay, that one, and then this one. Okay. Yeah, I never thought about it. I actually say that in just about every one of my videos that you need to, crease stuff. And then finally somebody sent me a text message and they were like, what exactly do you mean by hills and valleys? And I was like, oh, crap. People don't understand it. Okay. All right. So then you have your 3 pieces. I'm going to round corners. So I'm going to do that now. Now, I did get one question on this class, and somebody asked if they could just, put tape on this to put it together. You can, but you remember you got to stitch through that. So not only is it going to add weight and bulk to it, but it's going to make your needle sticky. Ew. We don't want sticky. All right. Now that I've thrown those all on the floor. So the one that has the larger one is the one that obviously goes on the outside. And then the next one and the last one. And if you did this right, when you put them all together, they should be the same width and height. So we're going to start by gluing them down. I have no idea what paper I'm going to use to cover this. I don't know. I might reach out to Miss Rose and see if I can get some gross pink stuff. I don't know. But I want to make sure that I get this in the center or as close to center as possible. Sorry about the head. But they want it straight. Next one. Again, trying to get it as straight as possible. Doing things straight has never been my strong suit. Can't cut a straight line. My beauties keep pushing it out of the way. All right, come on. I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm like trying to do it, and my beauties keep pushing it forward. All right. So now I have my base. And my base, for anybody who's wondering, measures 4 3/4 by 7 with a 1.5 inch spine. So that's our base. Hi, Christine. Hey, Steph. If you came in and I didn't see you, I'm sorry. Watch it on the tube. All right. So once you have all of your pieces together, that's your base build. And we are going to put all our signature and everything in tomorrow and do all of our mats. But we can build our signature right now. I just don't know what I'm using. So I'm going to go with light colors because I don't know what I'm putting in here. So tea dyes and pinks, I think. Okay, so I have some pink. I have some, hopefully not too dark, coffee. So I'm just going to fold these in half. Some of these aren't too bad. No, it's not too bad. I've been going back through, you know. I have finally gotten into the filing cabinet and was able to pull some of the stuff that people were asking about. That one's not too bad. So let's take these. We'll fold them as well in half. Now we're going to trim these, so I don't care what the edges look like. For this, I would say probably 5 pages. So it would be 20 total. So let's do a pink and a tea and a pink and a tea or coffee. This is coffee. And pink. So that's 5 pages there. Oh, Arlene is doing a ladies' Bible study. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I think. So she reached out and let me know that she wasn't going to be in this week, which makes my life easier because now I'm not going, where's Arlene? Somebody that's it. I'm calling her. All right. So this is 4.5 inches. So we want this to be 4. Like 4 1/4. So let's do that. 4 1/4. Give it take. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get through all these pages in one pass. So I just kind of put it in and start, you know, peeling them off. As we go. I could do them on the guillotine. So much more fun this way. All right, then turning it over. 4 1/4. And we'll get those out of there. And then we know that's 7, so we're going to go about 6.5. Give or take. Look at all those pretty scraps. We'll keep them. Okay. I know it's weird. We're like totally scrap people. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 pages. And let's see if we can put them together. Line them up. We'll do 6.5. We'll do these. 6.5. Why am I cutting them together? It's a beginner's project, so we're going to talk about that. I'm cutting them together because we don't want creep. What is creep? Creep is when you put the pages together and they sort of stick out. They have that funny look to them. Okay. That goes in the center. You know where they kind of like fan out? We don't want that. Okay. So that's our one little signature. It is a small one. So on this one, you could do just a regular 3-hole pamphlet if you want. But we're going to go ahead and test that in there. Make sure. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, I like it. It's perfect. Okay. We're going to decorate this. So it's going to have more stuff to it. I'm going to put a clip on it. Because it's going to have to stay in here while we, until tomorrow. Because tomorrow's when we're going to decorate this. We're not decorating it today. No, no, no. Now these, these are perfect for little pads. So they're going to go in my little pad pack. You're now good for a pad too. So you can go in the little pad pack. And you guys are all just going to go in my strips. Just look at you. You're gorgeous. Oh, you too. Yeah. So these guys are going to go in my strip bucket. This we're going to put in tomorrow. We're going to decorate a little bit, put on our mats, and decorate tomorrow. Night, Candy. I have this big old bin of twine down. Took that big old bin down for nothing. Get that in there. Get back in the slot. Okay. So tomorrow, we're going to do the ribbon. So you're going to want your ribbon. You want your paper, whatever paper you're going to use, because we're going to be putting our paper in. We're going to stitch in our signature. We could do a 3, we could do a 5. It just, whatever's easier. And then if you want like an envelope or a flip or something like that, then you're going to want that as well. But you could use, some scrap paper to do that if you want to do the flip thing, because we are going to put at least one flip in here tomorrow. And I don't know, we might do 2, but we're definitely going to be decorating. So you're going to want your paper that you want for your look. I have to figure out what I'm doing with that. It's going to have to probably be pink because I put pink paper in. So it's probably going to have to be pink or purple paper. And I'm thinking I might know what I'm going to use. I have this really cool digital that I just got, and it's hydrangeas. And I know somebody who loves hydrangeas, so maybe I will do it in hydrangeas. But tomorrow we're going to be doing all of that. You're going to need 12 mats for this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 on the other side. So you're going to need 12 mats. So it is quite a bit of paper to decorate this with, okay? I don't know why I did it so short. Oh, I know why, because I did 2 sizes. Stupid. So that's it. I mean, that's kind of what we got. Hey, you belong over here in this pouch. See how that is? All right, so tomorrow morning we'll be back, and we're going to be just doing some crafting tomorrow, I think. And what else? I still haven't figured out the cover on the book, guys. Still haven't figured that out. But we're going to be doing that tomorrow. And then we're going to be, tomorrow night, we're going to be doing the decorating on this. Okay? All of it. All of it. So you're going to want your paper, your decorating paper tomorrow, your ribbon, your glue, something to stitch in your signature with, whatever that is that you use, embroidery floss, friendship string, baker's twine. Not big on yarn. Yarn is difficult to work with, and it doesn't really hold up because it stretches over time. So I'm not big on the yarn thing. But some of the other ones, as long as it's a good cotton and it had, it doesn't have any nylon in it, that's what you really want. But we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll do this. Tomorrow night anyway. What else? Did you really do the whole thing in 36 minutes? Holy crap. Well, let's hang out then. I'm not going to decorate this because, no, we're not going to decorate it. We're going to put this away. I'm putting it over here. We could stare at that cover some more, see if there's anything we can figure out that we want to do with that. I'm still looking for the right ribbon, right lace. Let me grab the laces. All right. So I need a lace for that. And I used this one on the inside, but I don't think I want it on the outside. I mean, I could put it on the outside. I don't think Rick Rack is right. You know, I don't think that's I think that's the look we're going for. What is this? This is almost what I want, but it's only like half. Let me see if I have some other ones in here. Nope, that's not it. That one's an inside lace, definitely an inside lace. Oh, that's all I have of that. That's probably why I didn't use it, because I don't think it's enough to cover the book. Let's get the book and find out. No, not regret. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, it's not enough. There's not enough for both the front and the back. Because that would be one, and then that would be the other one, and it would be like an inch short. So that's not going to work. But all right, well, we'll keep looking. You never know what I'm going to find in here. Yeah, that is definitely an inside lace. I don't think there's any black over here because this is kind of a color. I kind of have it color coded across the bin. So this is like reds and purples in the middle and blues. And all the blacks are kind of over here in this corner. I just don't want to do this again. Maybe I should for consistency. Maybe something like this. No. You could do this one. Let's look at that one. We'll look at this. We'll look at this. All right, let's look at those. Let's put this away. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and drive myself nuts. Right, let's bring it down. Okay. So we do have this like cotton knit. Which we have enough of. So that's an option. We have this, which I think is too similar to what's inside. I think it's too samey. But we do have that. And we have this. I have to tell you, I don't like this one at all on here. It's not the look I want for the outside. I like the simplicity of this. but I think it might be too simple. And I honestly think I like this one the best. I think I like this one the best. All right, we're going with this one. So I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac. We're committing. So I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac along the edge here. Yeah. And then we're going to put this on the Fabri-Tac. Trying not to get glue boogers everywhere. Hate glue boogers. I'm going to cut that off. Come up here. I touched it. Idiot. Trim it up here. Okay. Now we're going to wait a few minutes for this side to dry before we flip it over. And I am going to run more glue on this edge as soon as it does dry. We're going to give it a minute. So I'd take a pill for my head. And my allergy pill. Sometimes simple is best, you know? Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit on here. It's a brand new bottle of Fabri-Tac. Just want to go down there. So I want it just glued down. I don't like the way this looks. There we go. That's better. Okay. Well, go on, get up there if you're getting up there. I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. I still don't know what we're going to do for the cover itself. I have a new buyer apparently. They bought something from me today, and they're like, "When are you going to ship?" And then they sent me a message. When are you going to ship my order? First thing in the morning. That's what I do. It was out first thing in the morning. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do on the front of this. I just don't know. Now, I do have, I thought about it. I do have some wooden frames. So I might do like a cemetery image in a frame or a mansion in a frame. Something along those lines. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're going to flip this over and do the other side. So again, putting glue along this. If I can get the glue to come down. Giant glue bubble in there. Giant snot bubble. Okay, right there. Where's the end? I don't know how I keep throwing this thing down here and not being able to find the end. Here we go. Okay. And then we're going to put this on. To there. Push it in, but try not to get glue on our fingers so that we don't make glue messes everywhere. Trim that. Oh, look at that. The inside piece needed to be trimmed. All right, we're going to give that a second to dry, and then we're going to put some glue on the other, on the outside of it. I'm going to roll this back up because it's a mess. So what's everybody up to this week? What are we doing? Is anybody doing anything interesting? I expected Buggy today, but he didn't show up. Normally he comes over. He said he was going to come over this weekend to do the Halloween decorations, but he didn't show up. I'm going to have to email that boy. Boy, I thought you said you were coming over the weekend after fair to do the decorations. I waited for you. He'll be like, sorry, Bima. I'll come over now. Probably bring his brother with him. Come over and do all my decorations. His brother runs a pretty little interesting business for himself this time of year. He sets up people's Halloween decorations, takes them down, and then he sets up their Christmas decorations. Yeah, so he's like, for a flat fee, like $100, he'll come over, set up your Halloween, then come back afterwards, like a week after Halloween, take it all down for you, and then for $100, he'll come back and put up your Christmas stuff. Quite a little business he's got going. And he has repeat customers every year. Booger head. I said, are you going to come do mine? He goes, it's $100. I went, what? He goes, I'm kidding. You're my grandma. I wouldn't charge my Bima.
Gramps would be out there helping out anyways.
Well, that's because you're a weird old man. All right. So now we have glue boogers. I'm going to get those off glue strings. All right. So we have our little piece there. And like I said, I'm thinking maybe one of these frames. Let me look and see what they look like. Where did they go? I saw them. Here's one. I found these at the Dollar Tree a while ago. And there's like 4 of them in here, so they're not very thick. But I'm thinking if I like blacken it up and maybe like darken it and maybe add some like first paint it in gold and then hit it with like something, to make it look burnished and old. What do you think? And then we could put like an image in there of something like a haunted house or a vampire or something. What do you think? Yeah, I'm antique it. Yeah, I think it's an okay idea. It's not great, but I think it's okay. And then this book needs it needs a tassel. It does. It needs here. All right. So maybe tomorrow morning when we're just doing crafting, maybe we'll work on this. And I don't want it to be thick. So that's the good part about these because they're very thin. I think this is only like a 1/16 of an inch. It's an 1/8. So it's really thin. And I think if we spend a little time, I think we can put some gold on here and antique it and make it look, and then we can put it on there and just a little off too. I don't think it should be straight. I think it should just be, a little bit off one way or the other. Like it's not hanging straight kind of thing. But we need an image for it and I'll figure that out. All right, guys, I am going to go feed Hubber.
Yay.
Because He's about to eat his shoe. I finally got him to buy new shoes. It's only taken me a little over a year of griping at him. Okay, it's 2 years of griping at him that he needed new shoes. Well, his tennis shoes started to sound like flip-flops. So got new shoes. But I got a 4-pack of these at the Dollar Tree from Crafter Square for 4 pieces for, $1.25. So I think that we will use them. And if we screw up, we've got 3 more to play with. And I think I have another pack. So if I really screw it up, we're good. What else? I don't know. Let's put the lace away. I'm going to put this out of the way so it can finish drying. Stand it up over here so it can finish drying. And then I'm going to put the lace away back into the black corner. So that's where I keep all the black stuff. Is over there in that section. Over here. Black stuff. No, except for this stuff, which isn't in a bag yet. Hey, wait, what's that one? Oh, I know what that one is. That one's pretty. I love that one. This one's cute too, but it's a bit too much, Okay. Oh, you're black too. Get over there. All right. So we got that put back together. And I gotta put these away. Put my stitching stuff back up. Got that out of the way. All right, so I do have I have 3 projects ready to be edited. This one and this one, which is it's not specifically an envelope project. It is, but it isn't. And this one, which is I love. And so I got those done. I'm going to try and get the other ones filmed in the morning. If I don't, I might get them done on Saturday, but I'll definitely try and get them posted over the next, get them edited and posted and all that stuff over the next few days. What types of tutorials do you guys want to see? Let me know. Also, don't forget to go over to the Facebook group. If you're not a Facebook member, you can always send it to me or Arlene. Either one of us will put it in for you. But I need you to vote on what type of journal you would like to see next. Let's see here. We have a couple of things. One is a steampunk album journal. It's not doing very well right now. We have a 4-book set of slightly dark fairy tales. I don't know how dark they'll be, but we're going to do some slightly dark ones. And then a floofy pink vintage style journal, or just floofy pink, really. But we have all of those, and 11 people have voted thus far. But I need everybody to vote because I think we're gonna start that next week. What else? Dark Fairy. Yes, ma'am, I will. Let me just go right here. Right there. And vote proxy for Mari. There you are, my dear. You are in. All right, so tomorrow we're going to be decorating and finishing the mini album journal. And then Saturday, of course, we have Mixed Media Saturday night. Don't forget the Projects 25 challenge for this month is hot glue and or foil. Now, I don't care if you just use the piece of hot glue like this, or maybe you have the hot glue pellets, and maybe you have the dip system, maybe you have a gun, whatever, however you use your hot glue.
The joy of this job with Murphy sticking his nose in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And foil. And foil can be anything. Foil can be this stuff, which is foil transfer. It can
really interesting reading. Looks like there was a car and a bull with a bull lost, so did the car. So
he loves telling that story. He's been telling it for 2 days.
Well, that's what's going on. It looks like, according to the very last notes I have here from approximately an hour and
Do I have a past
We'll
tutorial for
displace it
December
first thing in the
daily?
morning.
No.
Construction not complete. Will be
I don't.
completed later this evening. Installation will be completed early in the morning before building.
Let's see what
opens
else.
for business. So that's what I've got here so far.
Foil. So you can use the transfer foil. You can use aluminum foil. You can use foil tape, foil paper, foil ribbon. I don't care if it's foiled. You can use it. Okay. And let's see what else. Anything else? That's it. Also, to my Patreons and the people that purchase the kit, the quarterly kit outright, which would be Gypsy, Jennifer, Patty Ann, and Miss Marcy. We're going to be moving that. It got moved to the 19th because my son said he was getting married on the 12th and then changed his mind. And now he's getting married tomorrow. So we're doing it on Sunday, come hell or high water. I don't care if he's married or not. We're doing it on the 19th. It's going to be at 3 in the afternoon. That's 4, 5, and 6 across the country. I will send the link either to you by email or by instant message. And we're going to be doing it in StreamYard, so you can turn your camera on. And even if you don't want to show your face, you can still turn your camera on and just turn on your microphone so that you can be in there, and only turn on the camera if you have a question that you need to show something. Okay? So that's it. That's all I have. If you're new here and I have not yet offended you, make sure that you hit the button because you want to be here for it. And what else? Don't forget Sunday, we're playing the not so family friendly feud. Matter of fact, it's going to be very not family friendly because I found a pack of cards that we haven't used in a long time. And they got some really some nasty questions. We're going to be doing that. And so we'll be back tomorrow to finish building this. And if you would like to cyber stalk me, don't forget to go down to the description box below. Click on more. And it gives you everything you need to know to cyber stalk me. Until the next time, stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye.